Hello guys, it is me, Victoria, and today I wanted to tell you about a secret of the female mind which I hope you guys will find helpful in your lives and in understanding women. So what I think a lot of guys don't know is that many women are hiding basically their Achilles heel, if you will. Many women are hiding their true sexuality, their true turn-ons, the true pleasure points which really could make them weak in the eyes of men. And why? And I'm going to go into that. And that is something I touched on in that video, the raw attractive power. Because I was saying, the reason women don't want to tell guys what really, is attractive about male masculinity and stuff is because they don't want to make themselves vulnerable. So I realized I can explain this concept a little better as well with something I'm now going to call the vortex. Okay, so the vortex. So picture with women that there's always this dark, swirling, tornado-like vortex that is kind of like in the corner of their eye, like at all times. And it's exerting a force and a pull on them. And anytime they encounter something in their everyday life that really hits on their core primal fantasies, and maybe these core primal fantasies are totally unconscious or subconscious for many women, but whenever something hits on those and starts kind of turning the woman on, they feel the pull towards the vortex. It's like they're being drawn there, like pulled down into the vortex. And I drew a little picture of the vortex here for you guys. So here we have, a woman and she's walking around. Let's just picture this, like her daily life. And here she's feeling the pull from the vortex where she would get pulled down, swirled around, and popped out into this other world. This kind of like primal fantasy land, I'm calling it. So a lot of times, okay, let's say, you tell a woman you're attracted to her and what you actually want to do to her. Maybe it's some sexual comment you've made to her. She might have the response, ew, you're creepy. Okay, does that mean that she doesn't secretly feel the call of the vortex? No. Many times in my life, I'm walking around and I'll feel the pull of the vortex because something in my life turns me on, but I'm not going to say that, and I'm not going to make a big deal of that. And in fact, I'm going to do everything in my power to camouflage that. For example, what I feel is I'll literally feel like a pull on my face. It's kind of like my face like melting or almost getting paralyzed, which is what made me think of the vortex thing. And it's that pull and draw of being drawn into basically a submissive, more primal state of mind, where all these primal fantasies, which I have down here, all these concepts that are really from our evolutionary heritage or evolutionary periods, where I think these things developed, are activated. So basically, I'm going to tell you guys some things that recently made me feel the pull of the vortex, because you will see that they're kind of things that you might not guess. All right, so let's be raw and vulnerable. All right, so recently my boyfriend, he jokingly called me this. He was standing at the sink and he just called me like, you little bitch. Basically, he was joking, but I felt the pull of the vortex. I was walking outside the other day and I saw some construction workers working on a building. As I passed by, I felt the pull of the vortex. I was on TikTok the other day and I was watching men do the silhouette challenge. If you don't know what it is, there's like a song. They were like, when the beat drops, they stand in a doorway silhouetted by red light, and the guys were all like, just like looking like male strippers basically. And I'm like, damn, I feel the pull of the vortex. Yes, it's basically just getting turned on, but it literally feels like a pull down into the underworld. And then finally, I was on the Q&A the other day, and after like 2 hours, I think all the, masculine energy from all the guys, I was feeling the pull of the vortex, okay? So now what is the vortex pulling you down into? Well, okay. What I have here, primal fantasy land, I have domination, ownership, control, aggression, safety, protection. These are the kind of things that are pulling from a very, very core, deep level on a lot of women. Like, I was watching The Bachelor the other day, and she was saying, he makes me feel safe. And I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, do you know what she means? Really? Like, when she says, he makes me feel safe? And he was like, not really, no. He's like, well, I kind of do now, but, I don't think like most guys would, and like, I don't, he said something like, I don't totally get it. And I'm like, yeah, because it's a really primal, deep fantasy for women that a lot of women, they understand. They don't need to explain it to each other. They have a mutual, silent understanding of these things. That feeling of safety, it's very, very deep. It's very, very primal. And it's something they're drawn to. And it's not always so vanilla. Let's just say that. Okay? Many women have fantasies about safety, which include basically this idea of being owned, controlled, slavery. What the hell? Am I right? But yeah, I think it's something we share, not just women, but like men and women. A lot of times, men, I'm sure, feel a lot of the same stuff too. So there's really no shame in talking about it. We just have to accept it. So basically, once you're in the vortex, how it feels is, I don't know, some people might call it subspace. You're weak. You're weak because these fantasies are acting on you. These fantasies of domination. It's hard to protect yourself. You have no boundaries. So this is one of the reasons why women are constantly camouflaging or even testing guys. Do I want to go down into the vortex with this guy, or do I want to push back with all my might to stop myself from being swept down deep into the upside down world of the vortex? So yes, a lot of times, like, this is so wrong of me to say, but with these Me Too violations and everything, a lot of times it's women, I think personally, feeling the pull of the vortex. Feeling it's so hard to say no. It's so hard to stand up for yourself because it's like your brain melts because your brain is not thinking, your brain is not in modern society. Your brain is being acted upon by forces from thousands and thousands of years ago. Very primal evolutionary forces which your ancestors lived and died by, So anyway, guys, I hope this vortex metaphor helps you, because a lot of times, people are asking me, what if, you tell her that you're truly attracted to her, and you tell her your fantasies, or you tell her what you're interested in, you tell her you're sexually attracted to her, and she tells you, get the fuck away from me, you creepy pervert, or whatever. Sure, okay, because going down into the vortex is dangerous, okay? So she might be feeling the pull a little bit Does that mean she wants to just completely let go and go there with you? Not necessarily. But does that mean that she's not turned on? Does that mean she doesn't feel the pull? No and no. Does that mean she might not be camouflaging her, submissive reactions, her turn-ons with things you do? No. Okay? It's not so straightforward for women because the vortex is a very dangerous place where you need to be with someone trustworthy. Otherwise, it's bad news, okay? So anyway, guys, I hope that helped you. Thanks again to everyone who came to the Q&A with me. Like, that was really so much fun. I hope they have me back. I don't know why. It was just really fun to hang out with you guys. So let me know what you guys think about this. Any thoughts? I'd love to hear them. I really do. All right. Bye, guys.